This right here is the SimPure Y10C countertop reverse osmosis machine, and the C in the model number stands for cooling. And in this video, I'm gonna show you what you get in the box, how the setup is, some of the unique features to this particular model. SimPure sent me this water filter to test out and make a video for, so let's get to it. The first thing you're gonna notice is that it has a pitcher right here. So it works a little bit differently compared to a lot of these countertop systems in that it doesn't have a tank inside that stores the filtered water before it dispenses it. It actually stores it on the outside. And that has some advantages in that this is already filtered water. So you can just take this pitcher off, pour it in your glass, take it to the table, and it's ready to go. So you don't have to wait for that much water to already be filtered, so it's ready to go. Now the biggest feature that you're probably gonna want this for is if you like cool water. My wife loves our countertop reverse osmosis filter. However, her complaint is that it's not cold enough for her to wanna drink all the time. But that's what this solves, is that you're able to keep cold water right in here that's already filtered, and it'll disperse it out right into your cup. Just like this. This is set to 43 degrees. You can set it between 42 degrees and I believe 59 degrees or so. And there you have 43-degree water that is chilled and ready to drink, that's been through the filtering process. Inside the box, you get everything that you need. It looks pretty much exactly like this, just really nicely packaged. It's very insulated and very secure inside that box. Everything like the filters are already installed, so you don't have to worry about installing those, which is actually really nice. So it's ready to go and ready to set up. The setup of this device is relatively simple. You're gonna wanna flush the system at least 3 times, which means filling up the tank, flushing the water into the pitcher here, and then flushing it through all the filters, flushing it through the cold water system, emptying out the tank when it doesn't use all the water in a reverse osmosis system because there's some discard. You're gonna empty that out, refill it, and do that 3 times to fully clear out the system. Now you can do it more times if you want, but I did mine 3 times. A quick tour of the machine. The back is the reservoir. This lid just pops off. You're able to lift this up to dump out any discard and then refill it up to the fill line. The front screen gives you all the indicators if the UV filter and if the pitcher is in place. It'll show you the status of the first filter and the second filter. So there's 3 bars per, so it'll tell you the lifespan of it. This is to activate the cooling. This is to reset once you change the filters. This is to flush the water through. Ambient is to push ambient water through the dispenser right here, and then cold is for dispensing cold water. This cooling button turns on the cooling or off, and then you're actually able to then specify the temperature that you want it to stay at. So when you hold it down, you can go through the different temperatures, set it to what you want, and it will stay there. One thing to note is this is a really good looking machine on your counter, but it's not completely tiny. So you wanna make sure you have sufficient counter space, and the height of it, so if it needs to go underneath your counter, is about 15 3/4 inches or so. A couple other things to note is that the capacity for cold water is not unlimited. It filters into the cold water tank about 30 ounces at a time. And once that is distributed, it needs to bring water back into that tank and cool it down again. So it's not unlimited cold water, so just be aware of that. It's also not completely silent. When it is cooling down and the compressor's running, it's kind of like a fridge, and it is a little fan in there, and you will hear the noise. It's not super loud, but it is there. But when it's not cooling the water, it's just sitting there, it is quiet. So now we're gonna do a little test for the water. This is a TDS meter. It measures the total dissolved solids in the water. So I'm gonna measure our tap water, a bottle of purified drinking water, and also run it through the SimPure Y10C to see what the numbers are. I'm gonna put the bottled water in this one all the way on the left, followed by the tap water. And then I'm gonna use the SimPure cold water, and we're gonna see what that looks like. All right, starting with the bottled water, we'll turn our machine on here. It's showing 0. The bottled water has a, let me see, I'll press hold on that so I can show the camera. The bottled purified water shows 5 parts per million from this meter. Now our tap water, we have pretty hard water, so I expect this to be pretty darn high. Tap water here is 387. You can see 387 for the tap water on the TDS meter. Clear that. Now we're going to check this SimPure, and it's going at 47. So it really reduced it by a lot. 47. It's not as much as the purified bottled water, but that is a significant difference. So for me, the biggest thing is the taste of the water and the amount that it improves the water quality over your water right from the tap or from a little kind of flimsy fridge filter is just phenomenal. The taste of the water, it tastes like you're in the mountains. It tastes wonderful. It tastes pure. It's almost like a sweet flavor because there's just really nothing there. It removes the solids that are in the water, like the minerals. So you're getting that really pure taste of water. And that's why I love these countertop reverse osmosis systems. And then this one, with the addition of it being able to cool it, is gonna satisfy that slight cool water that you're craving when normally like a room temperature water just isn't gonna do it. And then having the pitcher here, so you're able to easily pour a lot more water than having to wait for it to pour to distribute out, is also really, really great. So this is the SimPure Y10C, and if you're looking for a countertop solution for filtering your water, making it cold at the same time, and a couple other really nice features, then this is definitely one to consider.